Good to see you.
Come on, Noah.
Go on this one.
One more.
Okay, let's use our imaginations real quick and imagine yourself as a parent. Maybe you already are a parent. And let's say one day your kid comes home and they're interested in learning about computer programming. And you want to sign them up. Unfortunately, their school doesn't have any programs. What do? We found a survey by a company called KX that showed 35% of students in California don't have access to programs or resources for learning about computer programming. And that is a problem that we at Leviathan would love to solve by offering affordable and fun coding lessons to children.
Hi, I'm Leo, the CEO of Leviathan.
I'm Valentino. I'm the secretary of Team Leviathan.
My name is Estris, and I'm the CMO of Team Leviathan.
I'm Ivan, I'm the co-CMO.
I'm Noah, I'm the CFO.
I'm Daniel, I'm the CTO. Our problem is that kids that want to learn coding may not have access to the necessary resources or programs to be able to learn something that they're really interested in.
Our solution to this problem is to provide them with 3 different classes, such as making a logo and website, robotics and 3D printing, and video games and soundtracks. With these, they can go into a career that involves coding, like making a website. They can make websites for people, such as. This is Melissa and Dan. Melissa is 34 and Dan is 12. Melissa is a math teacher. She works at her son's school. But Dan also loves gaming. Melissa does research on Instagram, Facebook, trying to find coding programs or lessons that her son can learn because she loves gaming and she thinks that he'll probably like coding. Dan wants to learn how to make video games, but he can't since his school provides no computer science. So at Leviathan, we are here to solve this. What makes us unique is that we will have a 2-week after-school program that provides with coding lessons. These are our competitors, Code.org and Code Academy. We use video games to teach. Code.org does that, and Code Academy does that. 3D printing, we do that, but the other 2 competitors do not. Teaching with AI, we're all going to do that, and we're all only 2 of the companies are self-paced. We're going to teach them and try to have them learn on their own, but we're still going to teach them like the basics, and then teach them to advance. And then teaching with robots. Code Academy or Code.org does not do that because they are online, not in person. So we're going to be teaching them with robots.
So this is our customers' relations, our Get, Keep, Grow. So our Get is we will gain parents' attention through our ad. Our Keep is offers, giveaways, and bonuses for being a long-term customer. And our Grow is to expand our business to other schools to hopefully sponsor us.
So this is our ad campaign. For the first 5 seconds, we'll have children on their laptops. 10 seconds, we will show a teacher helping the students on their laptops. And at 15 seconds, we're going to talk about our 2 weeks off if they sign up right now. And if we're at 25, we're going to display our bundles that we have to offer. At 30 seconds, we're going to show our QR code and our socials.
Looking for a fun and educational experience for your child? At Leviathan, we offer an exciting, affordable, year-round coding program designed to spark creativity and innovation, with an exciting opportunity of the first 2 weeks being free with a bundle of your choice. Your kid can learn about logos, websites, robots, 3D modeling, video games, and soundtracks for an affordable price. With hands-on learning, we're shaping the future of computer science one kid at a time. Check us out on our socials. Looking for a fun and educational experience for your child? At Leviathan, we offer an exciting, affordable, year-round coding program designed to spark creativity and innovation, with an exciting opportunity of the first 2 weeks being free with a bundle of your choice. Your kid can learn about logos, websites, robots, 3D modeling, video games, and soundtracks for an affordable price. With hands-on learning, we're shaping the future of computer science one kid at a time. Check us out on our socials.
So this is our landing page. This is where parents would sign up their children for the summer camp program. This landing page also shows our vision, mission, and value statements.
So these are 3 separate bundles. The first one being the Creative Pack, which will include logos and website making, which will go out for $80. The second bundle being Terminator bundle, which will include robotics and 3D modeling, which goes out for $100. The third one being called the Flow bundle, which will include video games and soundtrack making, which will go out for $120.
Okay, so our campaign for our first 2 weeks, day 1 through 5, we will be spreading the word of our business. Days 6 through 8, we will be fine-tuning our schedule for the children's classes. Days 9 through 10, we will be using our coding lessons that we had planned to teach the kids. Days 11 through 12, we will try to get schools to sponsor us. And days 13 to 14, we will focus on improving our business.
Our assumptions. We would assume that kids would have fun during the program. Parents possibly recommending our program to other parents for their kids. People visiting our website, hopefully to purchase a bundle, or maybe they're interested via our ads. And kids telling their friends about our program, maybe it would spark some interest in programming for other kids.
Our definition of success is to get kids to join, or kids join in the next grade, so they will continue to join after they did our first program. Children learning and having fun at the same time. Schools wanting to sponsor us, and parents being excited for their children in our program. This is our key metrics. Our social media, we want to get 1,000 new followers within the first month. We want to sell 500 units in the first 6 months. And then our website engagement, we want to have 1,000 consistent viewers in our website.
Our calculated market for the TAM is $86 million. For our SAM, it's $13 million. And with a 15% market share, our SOM is around $2 million. For our expenses, our startup costs are around $60,000, with half of that going to salaries and consulting, and a big chunk of it going to equipment and other miscellaneous things. For our per year SG&A costs, it's $475,000, with half of it still going to salaries and consulting. But now, a big chunk of it is going to summer camp instead of equipment. Our projected revenue for the first 3 years goes by $1.2 million in year 1, $2.4 million in year 2, and $3.6 million in year 3.
Thank you. And remember, if you want to learn how to code, remember, Leviathan's the way to go.
I think you made some improvements on the deck. The deck still needs a little bit of work, but I can see some of the improvements that have already taken place. Let's go back to the competitor slide. And I like where you're going with the competitor slide, where you're really focusing on only the ones who are online, but I think you're missing a really huge local competitor. I wonder who that might be.
No, I did take this out.
Oh, we were in there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, all right, so I'm just saying. So as I take a look at that, because you do have some multiple competitors, when I look at what you're doing, you say you're teaching kids how to code, and then I get web design is code, robotics is code, and then you have some creative stuff in there. So I don't know if you may want to change how you're delivering what you're going to be teaching to us or to the mass market, because you really are speaking code heavy, but you're trying to also do creative things. I think when you get to the slide where you're talking, where you have what you're going to teach, go to the slide where it speaks to what you're going to teach.
The bundles.
The solution?
The bundles.
Forward. It's like you have the 3 columns.
Looking for fun and
Leo, the bundles.
I think here. So I don't know what that looks like. So to me, it looks like this is the Leviathon pack. First of all, you didn't even tell me what that is. You just tell me, but I can't see it. It should be in here so I can see what that includes. What does that include one more time?
The creative pack includes website making and logo designing.
So those 2 things should be in here in place. Now, if I pay $20 more, I'll get everything in the creative pack plus the Terminator bundle. If I pay $100,
No, you have to pay for each individual.
and then for $20 more,
You could get the soundtrack and video games.
so we got to work through the logic of what those bundles and those tiers are like, and how they contain different things. So that's not clear, like, what you get in those bundles. It looks like I can get all of those things for $120. And you really don't outline, I think we talked about this before, how many days a week and how many hours per day. I know you said 2 weeks.
The 2 weeks is going to be the 2-week free trial for our summer program. So it's going to have limited slots for children, for parents for their children to sign up in it.
How long is your summer camp?
2 weeks. We're going to do a 2-week trial.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So your messaging had a mix-up of 2 things. You said after school and summer camps. You said 2 different things in your presentation, so maybe if you speak clearly about both, or maybe it's one or the other. So I just want to make sure that you're including that in here, but people will ask, like, how many hours per day is your class?
It's going to be 2 to 3 hours per day.
Or just to see if you're able to actually teach all of this in 2 weeks is my point. Can you literally teach robotics, logo design, some of these things, and if my bundle includes 3 or 4 things, can you teach all of that in 2 weeks? See what I'm saying? Can you teach logo design, graphic design, robotics, and coding, all of that in 2 weeks? That's a lot. So I just want you guys to think about that. And I'll have a few more things, but I'll put most of it in writing.
I'm going to piggyback just a little bit. Guys, I appreciate seeing your faces, because I know when I was in and we did the practice, the body language is a little bit not so much facing the front. So I really appreciate that. You guys worked on that, right? Like, you're looking forward, you see, I could hear you, so I really appreciate that. I guess I got a little bit confused to piggyback here with this, because in your ad, though, campaign, you said it's a year-round program.
Yes, it's going to be a year-round program, so it's going to be
School year.
like school with schools. We're going to try to get schools to sponsor, so we'll have a year-round program with them, and it'll be an after-school, not during school. So it'll be like an after-school program for them to like.
Okay, so I was confused. Like, I was thinking through the lens of the parent or grandparent, and I was like, oh, if I was going to sign up my grandchild for this or my child, but then you started off with 2-week after-school program, and then you said year-round program, and then you said sign up for the summer program. So and I know it's in your mind here that those people that are listening, you want to make sure like it's really clear that maybe there's different options, or do I have to sign up for year-round? That was kind of more of the confusion. And then this is when you say teach with robots, are you saying teach robotics? Or are you saying use robots to teach the class?
Robotics.
Okay, so just on that one is just a little bit of a clear, because I was like, oh, you're going to have robots teach online? Like, that's interesting. I'd like to see. So just be a little bit careful on that one also, because I wasn't sure what that meant. So that's robotics is what you're teaching. You're not teaching with robots. Okay. And then on your campaign deadline, you had the 2 days where you were going to have students that you were going to teach. This slide with your camp, and then you said then you were going to get schools to sponsor you. I just was kind of curious as to where you were going to find it. So you go to your campaign,
Looking.
like on days 9 and 10, you're going to teach kids coding lessons, and then you're going to get schools to sponsor you. I was just curious as to where.
For the first 2 weeks, we're gonna for the 6 to 14, we're gonna teach them how to code, but we're gonna mostly focus on one class with our coding.
So you're hoping that in days 1 through 5, people will sign up for, the students will sign up for that. That's just something to think. I was just kind of curious as to where.
So 1 through 5, we're gonna hope that they do sign up for our program and they want to take their kid to us to teach them coding, and then the rest is gonna be teaching them how to code and on day 5, if people do sign up, we're gonna try to make the schedule before then, and if we can't, then we'll give them the schedule on day 6, and then it'll start on that day.
So then the idea is using the children and the data from that to get schools to sponsor you?
Yes.
All right, I think that's probably all I have for right now.
I don't understand the campaign. The campaign,
it's when we first start up our business, when we start actually producing our service. So it's going to be a test run of how the first 2 weeks is going to go. If people actually want to sign up for our program, and if they do sign up, we're going to teach them how to code. And if they don't sign up, we're going to have to improve it and make it better, see what they want to have in the program, and use their feedback.
Okay, so this is the campaign to start, not an actual summer camp. This is the most crammed, fastest 14 days I've ever seen a business say they could start and do. I haven't seen any movement like this since the Trump administration started on January 20th. I mean, this is a lot to happen in that many days. So I would just say, think that through. You don't know what you're going to run into until you do the first part. You want to try it out before you try it out, and do something for free that's just a mock-up.
I got something you guys can. I got a whole group of students you guys can teach for free outside of here. So I can talk to you guys about that, but we can get you in front of a group of students. You have all the laptops, you have everything. You can test out maybe one of your first courses.
That'd be a great way to determine that. Also, when you buy the packet, is that a one-time expense you bought it, or is that monthly, or is that annually?
It's monthly. It's monthly, yes.
It's monthly.
It's going to be charged each month.
Okay, so if I wanted to put my kid in it, and I wanted to give them, Mr. Mason, could we get that screen up with the offer? Who's doing that? Who's doing that?
That's that computer over there to the left.
Oh.
Leo, you have the clicker? What page?
The one that shows the bundles and the packs and all that.
The pricing.
Okay, so 80 a month if I want that, 100 plus 80 if I want that and that, 120 plus 100 plus 80 if I want all that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's for $300.
Yes.
A month.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to provide some courses on occasion.
No.
Like winter camp, summer camp.
No, we're gonna do it all school year. So when, for example, if they have spring break, we won't teach it during that, so they get their break off. And if they want to, we'll ask them, and if they want to, we'll teach them during break. But the summer camp is for them to is kind of a test run for us, to see if it's working, and we want to see if we can actually do it. And if it doesn't work, we'll improve it and see and ask the kids what they want to have in the coding.
Who's the soul of this idea? When you guys were IBE, who said, "Hey, I got an idea. Let's do this"? Did it come all together? Or?
It was between
me and Daniel.
Okay, because I hear that in you. I haven't heard you much speak up, so I didn't know that. But I want to say, you have a very aggressive campaign. You have a very aggressive income structure coming in year 1, year 2, year 3, which I'm not looking at that screen right now. But if you map this out, that's heavily staffed to be able to accomplish the ambitions you have for first year. Can you go to that screen that shows your year 1, year 2, year 3 income?
Yes.
That's big money. Anybody starting a business wants to do $1 million the first year, and then double it the second year, and then almost quadruple it in year 3. That's big. If you divide that out by $300 a month, if you got that from everybody, do you know how many students that is yet? Have you done that math?
We know how much units we have to sell, or how much classes we have to sell to get that. Get year one, but we don't know how much children.
Divided by 300.
Go back to the one that shows your
3,333 students, excuse me. 3,333 students to hit your year one mark. Enrolled and already all buying the full $300 a month. That's a lot. And to move it, you can only move it by selling those units to get that big. So you go from 3,300. This school is only 300 students. It's 10 times the size of this school. And then the next year, it's 20 times the size of this school. Do you see what I'm saying? You guys got to go back to the drawing board. I mean that nice, but you got to look at this and see
real numbers.
Real numbers that work. I don't mean it bad. I mean, I'm really helping you. Okay.
Hey guys, I want to say I'm super impressed by you guys. Really be proud of yourselves. Yes, take that criticism. It's good criticism. You need to be critiqued to learn. But you guys are wearing like the same color shirts. You guys came, like mentally, you did the best you could with the shirts, bro. I see you, man. I think that's awesome. He doesn't have a blue shirt, so I'm not going to wear the blue shirt. I'm wearing the striped shirt. Just you didn't do that. So I appreciate that. You guys all showed up. A little bit more confidence. I think when you're talking, don't be scared to look at the screen when you're talking, and all that information that they're asking for, just put it on the screen. You don't have to memorize any of that. And remember, you're talking to folks that haven't touched all the time you're putting into this, right? So, like when I owned a brewery, you know, like I had a vision I wanted the customer to see it. So I thought I could paint that picture from when they parked their car and walked into the brewery. Like, what did they smell? What did they see? So same for you. Like, one of my questions you answered was, what's the $120? Is it a month? Is it an enrollment fee? You know, where are you coming up with that? So me as a consumer, I have a son I would put through that program. He would benefit from this program. I'd rather him doing this than playing Minecraft for 2 hours after school. So for me, like, I'm all in this. Like, I want to participate in this. I think it's a good thing. Right? So you need to spell it out so like anyone can just understand it. So it makes sense is to pick one of you guys, and maybe a brother or sister, or maybe an invested mom or dad that can just read it and be like, hey, this is what I see. Right? Just read it and be like, hey, this is what I see. And that way you can see, like, hey, what's your audience actually receiving? There's a lot of ideas that were just tossed at you. You answered my question about the time frame. Oh, and then can you go to the startup? So I'm not trying to flex. I'm only giving you guys an example that I have in my life. I opened a restaurant with some friends, and I worked and started my farmers insurance agency. I was there at 7:30 a.m. I would be done with farmers around 6:37 generally. I would go home, or my wife would meet me and my business partners at the restaurant, and we would paint the walls and we laid the tile in the restaurant, along with a lot of other projects that we helped other contractors within that. And on the weekends, I was there. In the middle of the day, if I had customers cancel, I went to the bathroom and changed out of my suit and changed into my work clothes. And I would go back. I did that for 4 months. And then when I was at the restaurant and we were open, I was literally, my computer was here, and I was asking people, hey, do you want a danger dog or a Hansel Heaven? Like, I was like in the register, you know, and I didn't get paid for that for over a year. This is my life. I don't know what you guys expect. You guys need to just understand a lot of entrepreneurs, which you don't see this side of it. Like, literally, within 10 years, I would say I don't know when Elon wrote his book, but I'm pretty sure within 10 years, he was sleeping in someone's couch. Just perspective, right? Now he has rocket ships going to Mars, right? So, like, just understand it's okay to work at McDonald's or work at Taco Bell while you're working on this project. And that's actually more normal than anything. If people, as a business owner, I'm not going to invest in your business and pay you to start your business. I'm not going to do that. Because you're not going to have the same effort for success. That effort for success is dependent on me paying you a paycheck. Well, that's not how entrepreneurship works. There's many months where I don't pay myself. I've been doing this now for 15 years. I still don't pay myself some months because I want to pay my employees and we're spending money for growth and those sort of things. So just, I'm not going to, I could go to town on this. We could talk about it offline. But I wanted to show you guys some wins. And the only thing I would say about the presentation is everyone should be stepping forward at least a foot or two, talking into the audience and looking over it. I loved you being in the front, but take 2 steps forward. Unless you're telling them not to do that, which, listen to your teachers. It'd be very powerful for you to take 2 steps. It shows like you're proud of this, like you're stepping into it, right? For me, I was like, oh, he's timid. That's the first thing I thought when I saw you lean into that. And you're not timid. You're a very bold man. So you should have stepped forward, and that would have changed how I received you. You might have gotten a different response from the other judges. I don't know that actually. I'm just telling you how I felt, how it spoke to me.
That being said, I think that the team did an all right job presenting. We have a lot of teams that practice a lot, so one of my first suggestions is to practice more. Try not to read off the screen as much, and also be confident. Like, everyone should be confident. You're the experts in this field. So that being said, just some suggestions: more detail in the revenue stream, more realistic numbers. Can I ask where you got those numbers from? The revenue stream. Your projections. Oh, for what you make. If you can go back. The year 1, 2, 3. How did you get those numbers?
We used to have a different bundle, and we made some calculations, because at some point we were going to do it online. To be honest, we were going to change this, but we didn't have time.
Okay, because I think everyone also said the same thing. Those numbers were very high. I mean, if I was making that kind of money, I would just go and do your business. Those are huge numbers, huge. So I was just asking more realistic numbers, do some research. You can talk to big labs. They could probably give you some insight, and they do that. So you have a resource right here on campus. Use that resource. They're here to help. I'm here to help. So we can help you, but you have to ask us for help and start asking us questions. You have to reach out to us. So that being said, other than that, so what certifications can we get again with your program?
Soundtracks, web design, video game coding.
About it. So actually, most of our team knows how to do most of the stuff. The only thing we might not know how to do is video games because it takes longer and it's longer to code. So myself, I actually work with robots and I can build robots from with parts in my old middle school. And I remember all those lessons, and I sometimes go back there to help out with not teaching, but with kind of helping around the environment. And all of us with God's taught us the absolute best about making websites and logo designing. So we all have experience in that. And with 3D modeling, I don't have that much experience, but I have figured it before. It's complicated, but it's not that hard because you're still designing on 3D print.
So it's an official certification. It's not just your own certification. It's literally you got certified, therefore you can train and teach and then also do that certification.
Correct. And we still need to, so some of our team members, all of our team members have to get teaching certification, but I have gone to certification for working with robots.
Yeah, quick certification.
I'm going to let another judge take over, but thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, just really quick on the branding side, I see you guys, if my students here, as this and you guys haven't already shared your branding guidelines for the rest of your team. You guys need to, I feel like the branding on this pitch deck is a little bit everywhere. And also on the video ad. The video itself is very like calm, learning, peaceful, and then like the graphics on top of it is introducing it in, like I said, like not flowing with the vibe of that. So just revisiting that, and I think also the microphone. You can go ahead and work on that. It sounded a little bit. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.